What's up, you guys? So today I'm coming at you with my top 5 Aura winners and top 5 Aura losers for the year of 2025 in the UFC. Now, these aren't necessarily the best fighters, but these are the fighters that have gained or have lost the most aura. Like, for example, someone like Islam Makhachev or Ilia Topuria, they're not going to be on this list. Even though they have a lot of aura, they're not going to be on this list because they're already at the top of like that aura level. So they can't really gain that much this year, and they haven't gained that much this year because they're already at the top, and they have to gain like so much more to get to that like Habib or like prime Conor McGregor level of aura. Even though they're already better fighters than them, they haven't reached that level of aura. They haven't gained enough aura. So let's just get straight into it. Hey, a little post-production editor's note. Honorable mentions for most aura gained. We got Anthony Hernandez, Nasruddin Imavov, Carlos Prates, Mark Morales, Tatsuro Taira, Volta Walker, Steven Asplin, my boy. And there's a lot more. It's obviously a lot easier to find people who have gained aura this year. Can't really think of too many more aura losses. So let me know in the comments if I forgot anyone when it comes to aura losses this year. Now, quick little disclaimer. This is just my opinion on aura, on the guys who gained and lost the most aura this year. I probably got a couple wrong. If you think so, let me know in the comments. Let me know who I forgot. But yeah, it's just my personal list. So let's get straight into it. Number 5 for most aura gained this year, we got Ian Machado Gary. Now, before you click off the video, before you go to the comments type in this and that, please just hear me out on Ian Gary, man. Please just hear me out. Does everyone in the UFC hate him? Yes. Is he super annoying? Yes. Can we not stand him speaking? Yes. Despite that, he has aura, man, and he's gained a lot of aura this year. Who has he beat this year? This year, he's beat Prates and he's beat Bilal Muhammad. Now, like, a win over Prates, look at what Prates is doing to all these other welterweights. He is KOing them cold. Like, yes, Ian Gary nearly got finished in the 5th round, but apart from that, he was piecing up Prates on the feet. Who does that to Prates, man? Who does that to Prates? Even Leon Edwards. Like, I know Leon Edwards is a little washed, but Leon Edwards is a really good technical striker, and he got absolutely cooked and KO'd stiff by Prates. Didn't happen to Ian Gary, man. Ian Gary was piecing him up. Bilal Muhammad as well. Like, yeah, Bilal Muhammad lost to JDM, and he lost his championship, but specifically in that fight, Ian Gary versus Bilal Muhammad, I had that Ian Gary 30-27. And he beat Bilal easier than JDM did. He didn't get hit as much. He looked super fast. Like, it was clear from the jump that Ian Gary was way faster than Bilal Muhammad. He stuffed every takedown as well. Love him or hate him, you gotta admit, Ian Gary is a pretty good fighter, man. He is one of the top welterweights, and I think he has the best chance against Islam. Now, I was thinking that JDM had a good chance against Islam, and look at what Islam did. But seeing how he defended Bilal's takedowns, it does give me a little bit of hope. And yeah, JDM defended Bilal's takedowns too, but not as good as Ian Gary, man. And Ian Gary looks sharp, man. He looks really sharp. And he was getting into it with Hamza, like they got into a fight, like backstage. So that kind of gave Ian Gary a little aura, man. I can't lie. So yeah, love him or hate him, Ian Gary number 5 in most aura gained this year. Now, number 5 in most aura lost this year, we got Shavkat Rakhmonov, kind of like a mirror to Ian Gary. This isn't really his fault for Shavkat. He just hasn't been fighting, obviously. He did beat Ian Gary, and Ian Gary has gained Lavore, so that should hypothetically give Shavkat aura, but he's just hasn't been fighting at all. And the welterweight division has kind of forgot about Shavkat. We got guys like Morales, Prates, obviously Ian Gary, Islam now is the champion. We kind of don't even need Shavkat. Like, I think Shavkat's still a pretty good fighter. Like, obviously 19-0, all finishes up until Ian Gary. He's still super entertaining. But yeah, he's kind of just been surpassed and overshadowed this year by not fighting. And Yeah, he's going in at it on Twitter with Buckley, who's ranked like number 10. Like, what are we doing, man? Like, we need to we need to be focused on that belt. But yeah, I don't think because he's been so inactive, I don't think he's next for the belt. I don't think you can justify giving him a title shot. But then again, like we're considering giving Kamaru Usman a title shot, so that's what that is. But yeah, Shavkat number 5 for most aura lost this year. Now, on to number 4 for most aura gained this year. We got Arman Sarukian. Man, at the start of this year, everyone was disrespecting Arman Sarukian with a so-called back injury or missed weight or whatever it was. He pulled out of the fight with Islam, and people were like, oh, this guy's a dog. This guy can't make weight. This guy's not good at all. And this year, he's only got one win. He's only got one win this year against Dan Hooker. But that's not really what gained. Obviously, that helped. That's not what gained him the most aura this year. What gained him the most aura this year is that one win solidifying himself as the top contender, whilst Ilya has been out and is going to have to be out for the next couple months or for however long next year. Obviously, with his personal issues, which isn't Ilya's fault. I think that's perfectly fine. You know, some things are bigger than fighting. You know, like your kids always got to come first. Whatever's going on back there, it is what it is. It's helped Arman gain so much aura. People think Ilya's a duck. Do I think Ilya's a duck? No. But what the general public believes matters so much when it comes to aura. And the general public thinks Ilya's a duck, and they think Arman is that guy. And he probably is, in the sense that if anyone's gonna beat Ilya, it's Arman. Like, I don't think Paddy can beat Ilya. Like, if Paddy has the probably the best chance after Arman, but it's a big gap. It's a big gap. Arman has the wrestling. He's showing improvements in the striking. Obviously, like outstriking Dan Hooker, you know. I mean, Dan Hooker got knocked out by like Michael Chandler, so that's not saying too much. But especially his ground game, like he's working on grappling. He's gone to these grappling tournaments, winning, stopping people. So his jiu-jitsu is really good. He's already got the wrestling to hold up with Ilya. If he gets that striking down, man, it's gonna be real tough for Ilya. I don't think he's gonna be able to match it in the boxing, but his kicks are really good, and his ground and pound, his elbows, they're devastating, man. In that his fight against Dan Hooker was only 2 rounds, but Dan Hooker looked like a mess after that fight. After 2 rounds, Dan Hooker looked a mess because Arman Sarukian's ground and pound is vicious, man, absolutely vicious, and I really like watching Arman Sarukian, man. He really makes grappling look really fun. Obviously, his ground and pound's already good. He's working on his submissions. I think he has the potential to be the most entertaining grappler in the UFC. Yes, over Charles Oliveira. Don't even get me started. Don't even try to talk about someone like Hamza. We don't talk about that yet. Don't even think about talking about Hamza. But yes, over Charles Oliveira. Charles Oliveira's submission grappling is really good, but he doesn't have the ground and pound that Arman Sarukian has. So when Arman combines that submission grappling with that ground and pound, he is going to be just a nightmare on the ground. He already is a nightmare on the ground, but yeah, you after that you're just not. You're gonna be fighting for your life to stop his takedowns because if he gets it to the ground, you will be cooked. But yeah, Arman Sarukian at number 4 for most aura gained this year. Now, over to number 4 for most aura lost this year. We got Malcolm Wellmaker. Now, I love Malcolm Wellmaker still. I think he's a great fighter. Obviously, he lost to the guy he was supposed to demolish, the guy who was supposed to be a layup when in Ethan Ewing. But the thing is, I still think Malcolm Wellmaker's pretty good. I don't think it's that he's bad. He got like fraud checked. I just think Ethan Ewing is that good. I think he's that guy. I think Malcolm Wellmaker still has what it takes to be ranked, maybe even to be a top contender. I don't know about challenge for the belt just yet. Give it a couple years. But the thing is, I think Ethan Ewing too has that ability to be a top contender. I think they'll both be in the rankings in a couple years. But yeah, like the UFC was hyping him so much. They were covering him on Embedded. They were giving him like these what do you call like their promotional stories and stuff. Yeah, I still love Malcolm Wellmaker. I still think he's going to do great things in the bantamweight division, but just unfortunate for him the way the UFC hyped him up and for him to get shut down like that. by who was a nobody at the time, Ethan Ewing. But I think, yeah, he's going to be a somebody in the next couple of years. He looked really good. His coaches were really good in that fight. You could hear them telling him what to do, and he was doing it. But yeah, welcome Wellmaker number 4 for most aura lost this year. Now, on to number 3 for most aura gained this year. We got, where is he? Where is he? Here we go. Benoit Saint-Denis, BSD, man. BSD, he's gained a lot of aura. Now, he was the biggest aura merchant going to that Dustin Poirier fight. The biggest aura merchant. People were like, oh man, this guy's special forces. Like, he's built different. And he was. Like, he was giving Dustin Poirier some trouble at the start of that fight. And he looked really good, man. But, yeah, Dustin obviously KO'd him. No head movement he had. His striking wasn't on the same level as Dustin. And that's not a bad loss, you know. Like, Dustin is really good. Like, look how well he did against Islam Makhachev. That's not a bad loss for BSD. And that's not even to take into account the Renato Moicano loss. That was devastating. That really hurt him. Getting 10-8'd like that, absolutely destroyed. His face was mush, man. Yeah, people were really counting him out after that fight, but this year, man, 3 straight wins, 3 straight finishes. I still think BSD is a little overrated. Now, don't get me wrong. He is good. I think he deserves to be ranked. I think he will be a mainstay in the rankings. But people are glazing this win over Dariush. Like, oh, BSD's so good. Like, BSD's so good. No, everyone knocks out Manel Dariush, man. Like, this isn't that impressive. I reckon you could get anyone who's like borderline being ranked at lightweight. I reckon you could take like anyone in the rankings. They're knocking out Beneil Dariush, man. Beneil Dariush is the most chinny fighter in the UFC, bar like Johnny Walker or something. This isn't that good of a win. Even the win over like Rufi, it's good too, but like I don't know, we haven't seen that much from Rufi yet. But BSD's fighting Dan Hooker, I think, next. So if he can get past Dan Hooker, yeah, I'm safe to say that he's pretty good. But I don't know, man. He's gained a lot of aura, but I don't know. I still think BSD is a little overrated, but that doesn't change the fact that he is number 3 in most aura gained this year. Now, on to number 3 for most aura lost this year. We got, where is he? Oh, he's not even in the rankings. Oh wait, hold on. So it's not Michael Venom Page. I'm just finding him. It is Shara Magomedov. Shara Magomedov, man, he's another one of the biggest aura farmers going into this year, and rightfully so, man. He had that 6 double spinning back fist, which was crazy, against Petrosian, I think it was. Super good. Obviously, the Dagestani Glazers love this guy. He looks the part. That helps with the aura, the pirate, all that. But yeah, MVP. He went against MVP and he got absolutely schooled by MVP. But with Shara Magomedov, that's not a bad loss, man. MVP, like, no one beats MVP on the feet. His only loss in the UFC came to Ian Gary, who had to turn into a wrestler to beat him because he was getting pieced up. So that's not too bad for Shara Magomedov. Obviously, bounced back and got a win over Barriou. He's not the best, but I think Shara Magomedov could and probably will be ranked at middleweight. I don't think he's gonna be a top contender, but anytime soon. But I do see him next year, like coming into that like 10 to 15 range, maybe a little higher. But that top 10 at middleweight is really stacked, man. Obviously, you got Fluffy, you got RDR, you got Whitaker. He's still good, man. Like, Izzy's still good. Karbahar, like, middleweight is very stacked. So I don't see Shara Magomedov becoming a top contender at middleweight anytime soon. Obviously, he's got the aura, but yeah, that loss over MVP and schooling on the feet, which is Shara's only, like, he has no ground game. That's his only way to win, really. It wouldn't have been as bad if he just got out wrestled and he just got like laid on for 3 rounds. That wouldn't have been as bad, but the fact that he got pieced up by MVP kind of makes it look like his striking isn't all that, even though MVP pieced up everyone. But yeah, Shara Magomedov, number 3 for most aura lost this year. Now, on to number 2 for most aura gained this year. We got Ateba Gotia. Man, I love this guy, the silent assassin. He is pretty good, man, but the UFC just keeps feeding him cans. So like we don't really know where he's at until they give him like an actual test up the rankings. But yeah, they're just feeding him cans, giving him highlight reels so he can be pretty hyped, like a pretty hyped up prospect when they give him a good guy. But he does look pretty good the way he's beating these guys. Obviously, we don't know how he is on the ground yet. That could be a pretty big weakness. I think his base is combat sambo, so that gives us hope. But dude, the aura of this guy, they call him Mini Ngannou. He's knocking everyone out. His physique, there was like a picture with him standing next to Strickland. Like, how are these guys in the same weight class? He is a big middleweight man. He's got that like African aura, that like foreign African aura, man. He is a big aura merchant, man. I think he's pretty good. Obviously, he has a loss actually, which I thought he was undefeated. Who has he lost to? Let me check. Let me check who he's lost to on his record, because I actually didn't know that. I thought he was undefeated. I guess I'm a casual for that. Tabor Gautier. What has his lost came from? He lost in a split decision. Okay, that's not too bad. That's not too that gives me hope. If he lost by like submission or something, I'd be pretty worried. But yeah, he lost by a split decision. So I don't know. The other guy was probably just like not doing anything. Either way. He lost by a split decision. That's not too bad. Early on in his career too. So for all intents and purposes, he's undefeated in the UFC. Blah, 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 but yeah, like big aura merch. I mean, just look at this. Look at this guy's picture, man. Like I would be scared to fight this guy, even if I was to fight. Look at him, man. Add him that he's like 6'4", absolutely shredded, ripped, built different. Hits like a truck, absolutely hard. Yeah, this guy, number 2 in most aura gained this year. Now, number 2 for most aura lost this year. Man, I'm gonna love talking about this one. We got, where is he? Ranier the Ridder, RDR, aka Ranier the Quitter. This guy has such an interesting build, man. Such an interesting build. But onto his aura loss, man, he was looking so good this year. He fought like, I think four times this year. Was it? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, he fought 4 times this year. I think it was 5 times in a calendar year. Yeah, he's relatively new, man. He only debuted end of last year. And he was one fight away from winning the belt, low-key. But that fight against Allen, it should have been against that boy Fluffy. Let's not even talk about what Fluffy would have done to Rainier de Ritter. It would have been an absolute bloodbath, an absolute massacre. Yeah, that fight, looking back, was just, yeah, Rainier, like, de Ritter just avoided an absolute cooking. But either way, he got cooked by Brendan Allen. Who thought Brendan Allen was going to win, man? I didn't. And if you thought Brendan Allen was going to win, please tell me in the comments. I need to know who you are, because I guarantee you did not prick Brendan Allen. Nobody did. Everyone, as soon as Fluffy pulled out and it got switched to Brendan Allen, everyone was like, okay, just going to be an easy win for RDR. He's going to smash Allen. But he didn't, man. It was really weird. Allen just went out there and, I don't know, he just slowly just put it on RDR, and yeah, eventually RDR kind of he was just sitting on his back, just, I think, throwing up submissions and stuff. And Allen kind of just broke him, low-key. And yeah, after that, people kind of looking back at his other fights, seeing that he's low-key kind of a quitter. I think the Chicago Grim Reaper in the corner of Allen did help a lot. Yeah, Bilal's a pretty good coach. Looking back, he's coached. Sorry, not a coach, more of like a cornerman. He's pretty good in the corner. But yeah, man, Rita Ritter, he had a lot of aura. That win over Whitaker, obviously it was kind of a robbery. Not a robbery, but it was a close fight. Could have gone each way. But yeah, he was looking really good. People thought he was going to challenge for a belt. Like, people thought he was the guy to beat Hamzat. Obviously not. Now it's Fluffy is going to beat Hamzat, yes. But yeah, people thought it was going to be RDR. They thought he had the best chance, obviously, because his ground game and judo was pretty good. But yeah, he kind of just gave up against Allen. He just gave up and gassed out, which was funny because obviously we'd seen him go 5 rounds with Whittaker already, so we thought that wasn't a problem. But yeah, he kind of just lost all his aura, especially to lose in that fashion, to lose just by giving up, just by getting mentally broken, is absolutely like, I don't want to say despicable, but it's just like when it comes to aura, like yeah, man, like it just looks so bad as a fighter for your aura to lose in such a fashion, especially to Brendan Allen, man, especially to Brendan Allen. Because if he lost to Fluffy, it's like Fluffy's just that guy, like. But losing to Brendan Allen in a fight that you're supposed to win, it's pretty sad. To be honest, I'm pretty sure he was the favorite against Fluffy. Not 100% sure. You know, Fluffy's the GOAT, obviously. He would have destroyed Randy Ritter, but yeah. Randy Ritter, he also dropped to like 8th in the middleweight division in rankings. You know, nearly at that 10 range. I think he was in the top 5. I think. Not 100% sure, but yeah, he was definitely in that top echelon of ranked middleweight contenders. But yeah, RDR number 2 this year in most aura lost. Now, on to the next. I'm going to switch it up a little. We're going to do number 1 aura loser first, then we're going to do number 1 aura winner. Kind of save the best till last sort of thing. So, number 1 in terms of most aura lost this year. It's really sad to say for me, but it's Tom Aspinall, man. It's Tom Aspinall. Dude, and this isn't like, I love Tom Aspinall. I don't think he deserves it, man, but this is just going based on the public opinion, man. It's Tom Aspinall, man. Not even his fault. He got poked in the eye by a gun. He can't fucking see, mate. Mate, I can't fucking. Why the fuck you boo me, mate? But yeah, it's Tom Aspinall. Unfortunately, because he also was. I wouldn't want to say he was getting pieced up by Garn, but Garn was definitely making it competitive, and it was a close round, which is crazy because that means so little. Like he ran into like a little bit, not even a little bit of trouble. He just didn't win in the first round dominantly, and people were like, oh, this guy's a fraud. John Jones would have smashed him, blah, blah, blah. And that's fair, obviously, the way he ran through Garn and stuff like that. And especially because Garn Loki kind of lost the Volkov, he kind of got robbed. But I don't know, man. Tom Aspinall was still in it. Obviously, he did have a nosebleed, which is like, that's just going to happen when you fight. It doesn't mean much. He got punched in the nose. That happens. He wasn't getting pieced up that bad. Yeah, just really unfortunate for Tom, the way the public was discrediting him after that eye poke, which he rightfully should have not continued. As the doctor said, I'm pretty sure people were like, oh, this guy's a duck, this guy has no heart, he's a quitter. He is not a quitter. In comparison with RDR, that's a quitter. He didn't have anything that could have stopped him from the fight. He just completely gassed out and just quit and he just laid there on the stool. I remember it got stopped between a round just because RDR couldn't continue. It wasn't a knockout. It wasn't a knockout or anything. He was just sitting on the stool and was like, yeah, I can't continue. No, it wasn't a doctor's stoppage or anything. It was literally just him being like, yeah, I give up. Which, yeah, Tom Aspinall said he didn't want to continue because he couldn't see. Unfortunate to him. Obviously, the Waldo Cortez Acosta situation with his teammate doesn't help Tom, unfortunately, and which is just really sad. He was getting discredited at heavyweight, and now it's happening again. People talking about John Jones Pereira going up, which you really got to feel for Tom, man. He's gonna be definitely hated going into this next fight. He's not gonna be the fan favorite. I think he's still gonna be the favorite, betting wise in the odds, but yeah, he's gonna get wherever he goes, the crowd's gonna boo him, unfortunately. Which sucks, because Tom's a really nice guy. He's not a villain, which is really funny. Unlike Jones, who, is the guy people should be booing, but he gets love everywhere he goes. Funny how that works, but yeah, Tom Aspinall, number 1, sadly, for most aura lost this year. Now, number 1, most aura gained in the year of 2025 in the UFC, biggest aura farmer we got. Hey, this guy, Janko, 2 times Muay Thai world champion, Magomed Zayonukov, aka Chanko, aka John Pork, has gained the most aura this year. Man, his UFC profile isn't even properly complete. Russia's just got him, and doesn't even have an actual fight in the UFC, which is crazy. But he's still number one. He's still number one, and there's no arguing this. He has gained the most aura this year. From going from basically completely unknown, um, this year, I think people just obviously like the memes, people knew him, but no one knew he was legit like that. To coming into Dana White's Contender Series, putting on a masterclass. I think he got unofficial. What was it? Unofficial lightweight significant strike record, which is crazy. He looked really good. He looked really skillful. His striking looked great. Obviously, we know he's gonna have a good to decent ground game, working with those being in Islam's camp and stuff like that. But the amount of aura this guy has is insane, man. Um, he's with Team Islam. When Islam was coming to New York and he was doing a press conference, what was it? Chanko was getting more cheers than Islam, Loki. People were more hyped for Chanko. And also at 322, he got into a brawl with Dylan Dennis. And so people, bro, and no one likes Dylan Dennis. So people love this guy, man. And rightfully so. They love this guy because he's not afraid to get into it on the street. You know, they're like, oh, have you been in street fight, brother? That's the kind of guy he is. This is what he does. This is what John Pork does. Obviously the memes help him too with John Pork, but man, if he like gets a KO in his next fight, dude, I don't think anyone's catching this guy in aura. The aura on this guy is crazy, man. I don't want them to shoot him up the rankings too quickly. I want them to build him up slowly. Not like a Tabor Gaultier, just feed him cans. Obviously, give him good guys, but yeah, don't give him a ranked fight in like his next three. Like let him build, you know, a little resume, a little career for himself. Obviously, he hasn't even had an official UFC fight yet. Let my boy John Pork build up. But yeah, anyways, yeah, John Pork number one most aura gained this year. That's my list. Let me know in the comments if I forgot anyone. I probably did. If you made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching. And yeah, see you guys later.